Why is it? Okay, my mic's being weird. Hello? Hello, everybody. Hello. It's so odd that it does that. I guess it's because I shut my PC down last with the mic muted, so it started with it mute. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the game here. Alt G, because we are a G. Hope you all are doing well today. So I've done a couple things since you all have been here last watching me live stream. I'm sure we got an ad coming though here soon. That's fine. That is totally fine. I did spend like 5 minutes setting up everything, but I'm hopeful that change actually works, because if it works, the other one that I just finished, I'm hopeful that we will be in good shape. Where is my phone's not on me? My phone is still in the bathroom. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I promise. I'll be right back. Got my phone. I need my phone. My phone is important until I get my laptop. Oh no! Oh no! Bathroom started to set up so. Yep. End your stream. Oh no! All right. Actually, you know what? That does remind me, though. I do think I need to verify something. All right, the ads are playing. Perfect. The ads are playing. Perfect. This should give me a chance. Perfect. This should give me a chance. Okay, so my mic is still actively picking up. All right. Well, anyways, how are we doing today? How are we doing today, gamers? I'm doing well. You got my custom female 30-minute fantasy model in the way of my OBS statistics here, so I'm going to move it over slightly. I can still see the glorious statistics. We got some more. We finally got the Liber. We got the Liber Lancer in finally, so we will be building that at some point. I think we might do that as a stream later on this week. But anyways, all that aside, I hope you all are doing fantastic today. I'm doing better now. I started the day off with a migraine. Go figure. But it's been a little annoying because my migraines seem to be happening on almost in like a cadence now, which is really annoying, but I'm thinking it's because part of what I'm doing on Sundays is just not helping at all. Like, I'm almost sleeping too much, so I might just have to force myself into a schedule permanently. So it's like I'm up at 5 all the time, and I go to bed around 9 all the time. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into it here. No more delaying. But yeah, no, the commands I added, you know how Stream Elements for a while was handling my shoutouts? Well, I went in, changed some of the shoutouts around, so now we have access to like the 8-ball command from Stream Elements, and I have Firebot now capable of doing shoutouts even better than what Stream Elements can do, so I'm really excited about that. I'll show once we're in, but it's really, really cool. So I'm excited to see how that goes. There are a couple other things I want to do at some point here, but we'll just have to take it day at a time, or it's going to be one of those things where I just don't stream one of the nights this week to do it. Anyways, where we left off as Corvo is we were going to go raid this gala to figure out what Ashcroft, was that her name, is doing. No, that's the lady from Resident Evil. I don't remember what her name is, but anyways, we're dealing with Brenda now. At the Royal Conservatory. While held captive, Anton Sokolov learned the identity of one of Delilah's chief allies. It's Ashworth. Brianna Ashworth, architect of the coup that took the throne in Dunwall. Ashworth is powerful. It's full of secrets. She is building a mysterious device for Delilah. Brenna Ashworth must be eliminated. Okay, we're here. Already? I really do hate blood flies, man. There are so many stinking... How many blood flies are in here? Good lord. I'm gonna burn through all my arrows at this rate. Uh-oh. Wait, can I pick these up? Surely I can't do anything about these now. We'll listen to the Duke here in a minute. Church students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Serkonos and the beauty of its people? I posed questions today, and I hope to answer them in great detail. Let's start with one. Didn't we? I think we already read this, but just to be safe, that I hope to answer in great detail. Let's start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer climate affect the spiritual outlook of the people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley, and Gristle possessed of a more tacticum nature through the geographical and meteorological conditions of their birth? And are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of warmer waters and air that are channeled across the dreadful ocean from the Bendicine continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I have been impressed with the commonality shared across all the cultures, but also in the differences. It is my goal to illuminate these areas of inquiry, and I will share at least one spicy zirconian recipe with you before the day is done. There's this one blood fly that just keeps, like, going by my head. Anyways. Oh. I'm certain I saw one of the students at my lecture writing down the combination for myself. That silver spoon... Delanty? Who wants to make a career as a newspaper journalist. Sneaky fuck. He's choosing a fitting career, and his snobby cousin operates the black market shop nearby. So it must run in their well-heeled family. Now I need to ask Marjorie to change the combination to my safe. Alright, let's see here. Oh. High pressure. High pressure. Explosions from grenades, oils, tanks, and bottles will inflict more damage. Grenades. Oh, smaller blast radius. We don't need that. I have a note on the safe, don't I? Safe combination of 407. 3. 420. 9. 7. Dang, son. I can't use half of this. I can use that, though. Is that it? That is it. Cabinet is broke. I wish I could, like, pick up that fire. That'd be nice. Figure one. Okay, there's one more there I need to deal with. Couple more here. Good grief. The Crown Killer is watching. Not really. Give me blood hammer. Okay, so that's there. Oh, sneaky, sneak. We might have to deal with this nest. I really do hate the sound of blood flies, man. See, it's weird that we have, like, elevation in here. It makes me think that there is an upper floor. Sapphire. Yeah. Dark red. Is this flammable? Oh. Dried bottle lizard. Oh, that was a map. Okay. Traditional Sarkonian songs. Calling of the Endless Sea. On the furthest reaching pier, I was abandoned as the vessel fled the port, leaving me only with warm winds. Looking upon the foaming wake of regret, the undulating dancers, the taste of Tivian wine, couldn't overcome my recollection of the ocean and its swaying whispers. Even now, the excited cries of my homecoming children leave me unmoved and weary, longing for the lament of the deep ones and their inscrutable mysteries. I carve through the umberwood forests, and I bleed the mountain's silver veins. Yet no purse overflowing with coins pays enough to slake my thirst for the salty depths. I am no aristocrat or lord, no overseer or well-versed scholar, but I'd burn all their tomes and melt down their precious crowns to be young again and back on the endless seas. How about that? Also, that candle was a lit in the thing with the silver light. It's pretty funny. Alright, let's see here. Is there anything worthwhile else up here besides just the... The door's really blocked off. It's kind of frustrating that there's not like a another fire source up here. Darn, which means I might actually have to use... You know what? We're going to. I'm not using these otherwise.
The Royal Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
What indeed, Corvo? What indeed? Okay, so I see a guard there. Very high wooden wall. Some rats. Make it? I can. Ooh, that was a little jarring. 1, 2, 3 guards. Ah! Welcome in, Soup Dog. How you doing today, buddy? Might have to do a multi-teleport here. Oh, no. That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. Let's drop down here. Well, they got a watchtower. And they really don't want me in there, huh? Okay, well. Sucks to suck, I suppose. Okay. Let me get up on here.
think someone inside the conservatory would complain?
The place is mostly shut. Somebody's still inside. There was a delivery from...
No, you don't have to give all your stuff to the gang. I wonder, can I squeeze my way in there? Okay, that's a security panel. I can't really do anything with that. I mean, I could rewire.
She didn't say I didn't deserve the promotion. She wouldn't know promotion if it hit her in the head. In fact,
We kind of got to move fast here. See here, there should be a way for me to get... Maybe it's around the other way. Hi, mice. Can I not? Oh, I kind of can. Hold on. Maybe. I have to do a multi-cheeky jump here. Oh, it does not look like I can. Okay. Got this window closed off the buggers. Right. See, can I get back up on there? And it's a multi-stage teleport, though. So I need to get...
the locker before coming out. Last time I left it open, someone left a hagfish in my jacket pocket.
Oh, that's terrible, lady. I don't trust myself to make that simple jump. Let's see here. So Shopkeeper's Associate is over there, so we need to get back onto here. And then we need to get to lamp. Was it going to make me have to do a crazy jump to get to that lamp post? Alright. We're gonna save. I'm not trusting my ability here. Oh, please. Oh, are you kidding? It wants to so badly. It wants to so badly. Hey! Let's go! Congratulations on hitting the 10 streak. This actually is a perfect opportunity for me. So I added in a new command for Firebot, my EdBot. See if I can spell your name right here. Oh, it's so laggy. But there we go. We got a shout out thing now. And it is purely done in Firebot. So thank you for the 10 streak, bud. Alright, we're going to have to do something crazy here. So I don't think I can, like, just jump onto that tree. Wants to so bad. Okay, we need to go up as high as we can. And then... Dang it! It didn't want me to do what I was trying to do. Oh, man. Also, did that... I didn't hear a sound play for that. Did it play a sound for you? Okay, cool. Leave me right here. All right, so we can't do that way. It's fine. I'll just have to go around the longer way, it seems. All right. Let me check my sound settings here, because of course I have an issue with Firebot. Actually, no. We're gonna restart Firebot. see here. Shouldn't have disabled the sounds. Let's see here. Alright. There's a fail. Did you hear that fail? Alright, let's see if death will work. There we go, sound's back. Reset it. There we go. Man, I swear, if I could have all my stuff work without incident, I'd be unstoppable. Is we going the other way? Okay, it is. Now let's see here. I want to go right here. Alright. You want to get up there. I do. Maybe there is an entrance over there. Alright, we're thinking with blink magic.
Tasted awful. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely.
There we go. Here. Yeah, baby. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How did I miss that jump? I'm not about to have the entire Saconian guard on my ass. No, I'm not. I'm gonna save scum that. Okay, so we're here. Which means I gotta go here. Then I go... Wait for it. I mean, I could just drink an Adamire. Gift horses and mouths, we don't look at them. Map. Royal Conservatory. Curator Ashworth, Slobby, Rosenborough. Ooh, the prototype. Did I not collect the map? Guess not. Oh, Spring Razor, Traps. Opportunity. I have a new assignment for one of your neat talents. I'd like you to retrieve the old Roseboro prototype on display at the Royal Conservatory. It's likely well protected, but I'll double the finder's fee. Bring it back to me at the shop. NV. Duelist skill. See what that does. Duelist skill. Your bullets. Okay, inflict slightly more damage. We don't need that. I just don't think we do. Sting bolts. Reverberating tubing. Of a rotten fig. A little freaky in here, not gonna lie. A little creepy. A little creepy. Yeah, we'll do a quick chug. Scared of that light. I don't know why I'm scared of it, but I am scared of it. Shouldn't be scared of it. Oh. Opposite of moth. Yeah, that's me. Which is really ironic considering... Ow! What the fuck? How did I not see this one? Yeah, I'm scared of this light. I have no idea why. Ooh. Dude. Body. Dead body. Wait, there was a voice in here. Why am I hearing voices in here?
Nah, not this time.
These howlers?
Nice tonight. You in?
You bet.
They just seem like regular people.
I used to work in the mines. Don't recommend it.
I was born in Morley, but I've been here, I don't know, 10 years now.
So they're just chilling down here.
Face won't make the Grand Guard happy.
See if this door. Okay, so we got the Roseboro prototype. Dude, that was dastardly, those tripwires. Good grief. Oh. Wait a second. I don't know what that, where was that tripwire at? I don't want to find out, though. I'm tired of hitting tripwires. I've hit so many now. This has not been a good... This mission has so many dang tripwires. Like, we had that whole entire room before we got to the Shrine of the Outsider. I had them. Also crazy, too, like how many dead blood flies are right here. It makes me wonder if whoever was here cleared out what blood flies were in here to take kind of this place over, or they used it as like a front. But there's so much damage in here, it's like, what on earth happened in here? You know, like, what's the story of this room? Really do like that about Dishonored. Like, so much world building is done just in like the setting and like the what you see here and there. Oh hey, an elixir. Yeah, we got a note about the prototype over here, so we're gonna go get it. Very curious as to what it's supposed to be. Guess we can't get up over here, but we can go like this. Alright, so all the things we got are inside here. Locked from the inside, you say?
The conservatory. Built around the time I left for Dunwall.
After trying to make grave hounds for weeks, she gave up. You should have seen the twisted things she made. All snouts and teeth and tails.
That's just the way it is, dear Parmelia. Delilah wears the outsider's mark, and some of what she can do flows down to us.
There are witches in here.
Think about working your fingers raw, weaving nets, or raising cows to slaughter. Any of the gifts we receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true and fine. A wise way to look at things. But it won't help.
Natural, there's always a cure. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to have it? When Anton Sokolov spoke these words, Gristle was battling the worst plague in a century. Hospitals were overwhelmed, and the citizens panicked. Eventually, a cure was found, but thanks to the work of Sokolov and Piero Joplin. But that came at a terrible price. In his quest for the remedy, Sokolov needed infected individuals who were rounded up and given experimental serums so the reactions might be observed. The plague was horrific enough, but these serums brought on dire symptoms of their own. Blood became as if stone in one patient, and in another, stones dissolved beneath the skin. The dreadful cries, it is said, were enough to drive a sane person mad. Still, progress were made, was according to Sokolov. Alas, it was not enough to test only the sick for reasons perhaps only a natural philosopher might understand. It is also essential to test and administer these serums on health to healthy individuals. Citizens jailed for petty crimes were thrown into cells and injected with Sokolov's experimental serums. Hello, Dotmit. How you doing today? Citizens jailed for petty crimes were thrown into cells and injected with Sokolov's experimental serums. Most of these formerly healthy persons perished, of course. Officially, they were all victims of the plague, sacrificed for a cure, and buried in communal graves. Very dark. I can extinguish that fire. There's a banana in that bed. I'm not going to ask questions. Dead body. Oh, it's in the chair. Ooh. Alright, well. Hope you're doing well today, Dotman. It's good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by. Doing better. I had a migraine this morning, so that was a little annoying, but we got through it. I need to figure out where these ladies are coming from so I can deal with them.
I can hear her voice. I can feel her spirit touching mine.
There's blood flies above. I want to just teleport randomly into that room, but I think we're going to... That was very, very fortunate timing for me. Blow out the candle, blow out the candle, blow out the candle. It is very tragic. I am sorry, Dot. It does happen to you a lot. Security room door key needed. It is a breakable door, though.
I'm your devoted servant.
Okay, there's right there. Roseboro prototype. Surely this won't be just an easy smash and grab, right? It's not going to be an easy smash and grab. Nope, you don't see me. Alright, so we need to do... We gotta do some stealth. That is a big owl. Holy, you see that? Oh. Sick. So hesitant. A lot of pistol bullets. Hey, we got the security room key. We're in the security room, by the way. Alright. Security panel. I have a feeling I hit this, it's going to put everything into, like, lockdown. I don't want to rewire. Before we go too crazy, though. Because in case this, like, decides to alert everybody. Alright, let's see here. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It summoned everyone. Everyone there. Which makes me wonder. And we are... Where the Roseboro prototype? What does that do? Roseboro prototype. An early mechanical prototype that can be used to upgrade non-chemical firing mechanisms. Oh, is that for the crossbow? Would be... Alright, so next we got to get to her office. So before we get too far away, save. Okay, how many do I have over there? That might be... So much broken glass around here, too. Let's see here. Why are they teleporting away?
There's a quality to Brianna's style I prefer.
Right, so there's one,
From deep down in the mud, where there's no
two.
the endless womb and the cold, dead grave. Both the same.
But Brianna's effigies let her reach into the mind, into the heart. Wouldn't you be afraid she'd influence your dreams? Like she's going to do to the Sisters of the Abbey?
That's part of the thrill, sister.
Now we're going to try to take out one of these without using a sleep dart. One of these witches. So they go in cycles of 3 from the looks of it. How far away are you going?
They're just jealous. If I want to dance, then I can twirl.
It's gotta be something nice.
Bada boom. Okay, so now we need to get her to a spot where nobody can see her.
Brianna, what happened to Jindash? I'm told he's a gibbering idiot now. I don't know, Delilah. Forgive me.
Okay, so there's a lot of enemies up here yet. You put you somewhere where there are no enemies.
1,000 times. You have to learn to see the words that seem just right. Otherwise the spell won't work. No matter how many goose feathers.
You can put it right here. If we're lucky, we can just grab this one from without her noticing. That dog is going to be annoying to deal with, but I'm going to have to deal with everybody else stealthily, then the dog. You're going to lay right here. There we go. To asleep. Whose painting is that supposed to be? Oh, it's Jessamine. Of course it is. Alright, so we got 2 more down here we need to deal with, so let's go ahead and deal with them, shall we? What's that?
And there's the matter of my own project. I grow more excited with each brushstroke. When I come to Karnaca, we'll drink an ocean of good wine and stay tight as a boiled owl. I look forward to it. For now, I need your eyes on the Duke. At least until we have the sisters under control. There's no one else I trust. I'll reach out to you again on the morrow. Farewell.
Goodbye, Delilah, my empress.
Oh, there's one of them dogs in there. Well. I lost 5 minutes worth of work. That sucks. I don't want to deal with her and then have everybody go absolute monkey mode. Okay. We snag the prototype up. I forgot about the lady around the corner. All good. Are you coming to investigate? Not yet. Although I could easily deal with her. I don't want to. Oh. Okay, so those are the dog skulls, by the way, that we dealt with in the Brickmore Witches. So we can go sneaky around again. Well, monkeys. Okay. Oh, sneak. We're gonna sneak from above. We're gonna snag her when she least expects it. Also, how did that lady see a corpse? Shouldn't have been one within her eyesight. See, there's that one up top yet, too. We'll wait for this one to come around, and then we'll snag her up. It is nice to know that they just get their power from Delilah, so, like, once Delilah is defeated, these witches should just revert back to being, powerless. We'll see. Okay, let's not get sloppy. I'd like to clear out the rest of this before I start messing with the ocular machine here. See, she's up top. Where's the other one? Okay, she's up top too. Okay, so the third one should be a little bit away. So let's go. There's 3 up top. Okay. I wonder where the other one went. So she's right there in between the shells, right? 2 up top aren't going to see me. Alright, so all 3 are right there.
Jindosh was insane. How does this even work?
Jindosh. Oh, so he made the machine too for the sisters. I see. Well, I guess we're going to have to go learn how to do intelligence stuff. All right, we got 3 of them down. There's 3 more up top. We just need to wait for them to all split apart and then go up there, deal with them. Should be pretty easy, right?
This looks important. I wonder what it does.
Corvo, now is not the time, my friend. 2 there, 1 there. Let's go for the one that's solo. Ooh. I'm out of your sight. I'm out of your range. You can't aggro on me. All right. Let's go around here. All right, she's moving. Perfect. Snag up that Tivian ore. So she's back over there with the other 3. Other 2, I should say. I could, like, try to sleep arrow the 2 that are just sitting right there. But I fear that if I do that... it's going to cause... okay, she's going to be coming this way. I don't want them to fall to their death. You can go right to sleep right here. Alright, let's see. How are we going to get those two? I have an idea. The idea is a little crazy, but I have an idea. So are they talking about anything? Alright, before we go too crazy. They're drinking tea. Okay. So my thinking is we could try sleep arrowing them right here. Howling bolt blinds enemies. That can be recovered. We only have 4 sleep dots though, so I don't want to deal with them. I know I could probably get them with a stun mine. Honestly, if they're just going to chill right there, I might be able to do a different sneaky sneak. Speaking of sneaky sneak. Shopkeeper. Well, there's a lot of blood flies up here. Well, there is a lot of blood flies up here. We got a little bit of time before we need to do anything too crazy, so let's go see. What? New bone charm. Unnerving target. Throw debris at their feet. Enemies sometimes drop grenades and thrown debris at their feet. That must be the new one. That's so weird. Okay, so this is where I came in from, right? Yes. This was just directly above. That's a lot of bodies. So this is what they're using for magic. Don't get aggro, don't get aggro, don't get aggro. We're good. Wish I had a way to put out the... It's right there. Alright, before we get too crazy. Dead body. I only see 2 dead bodies, so I think we're safe to drop down here. Safe to drop down, he says. No, we're going to teleport down. I don't like that. I don't like that vine. Which includes black. Safe location. Thief's hideout. Okay. Really don't like the look of those vines. Well, we're back here now. Let's go ahead and mess with the acrylium machine. I don't know if those 2 will get aggro or not. Install lenses. I'd like to see if there's something I can read about first. All of you, if you share my loyalty to Delilah and our coven, heed my words. Again, I was haunted by nightmares about the Arcolium, and the original lenses Jindosh used in the device nearly ruined me. I felt Delilah's magic flicker, and the flame she rekindled in me almost went dark, like it did after Brigmore 15 years ago. I fear another accident like that will cost me everything. My connection to the void, to magic itself. We cannot afford any more mistakes. I will study the discarded lenses in my workshop, then have them destroyed. Remember that Delilah is relying on my efforts, and the Acrolium is attuned to me alone. Do not interfere with the device. I only have a chance to control Acrolium's sisters.
Sabotage Ashworth's communion device. She'll be powerless.
Fire the discarded lenses. Okay, so we need to go get the discarded lenses, which are there. Okay. A lot of bone dogs in there.
Vice Overseer Burns' suspicions were right.
We're listening to lore, chat. I'm kind of concerned what this is. Yeah, I'll just drink water. Yeah, dude, water is so good. In fact, you should probably drink right now like I'm going to do. Oh, man. So, what we need to do is get to the old lenses, which are in the workshop on the second floor. Which means I gotta get past... Well, I found Brianna. And her dogs. I'm lucky, though.
It seems rather rude to die here, whoever you were. A corpse? What in the world?
Oh, there's just a corpse in the room she gets aggroed to, okay. See, is there a way into the office from above? Let's see. There is. Okay, cool. Right here. Silver Spike. Easy inventor can barely recall his own name. In Kieran Jindos loses his smarts in a bold experiment gone wrong. You know him as a grand inventor, the genius over time, but that was before his latest experiment somehow went wrong, leaving the man a blubbering shell of his former self. Scandalous but true. Servants are gleefully coming forward with stories of the once great inventor, now barely able to navigate from room to room. One woman claims that Jindosh is now unable to determine which way to turn a simple bolt. Everyone knows it's righty-tighty, she said. Another wondered openly whether Jindosh may have been using his pupil's ideals all along, faking his genius to gain a reputation. Dang. Allegedly a cruel employer, sadistic in his dismissal of his staff's basic needs. Excuse me. There is one curious turn in the story. Those closest to the inventor claim he is now gentle as a lamb. Good. I get in. Thank you. All right. Let's grab the old lenses. There's a lot of whale oil in here.
Looks like here.
All right. The original legends Josh and I devised for the Acrolium were horribly flawed. Rather than focusing energies of the void, the faulty legends scattered them. My head was filled with noise, and the spiritual channel linking me to Elias' magic was nearly extinguished. I'll not cease my efforts until our coven controls the Sisters of the Ocular Order. But I know now that I proceed at a grave risk. The old lenses would have been my ruin. They are stored in my workshop for now, but must be destroyed. Hey! Your mic is a bit loud today. Got you at 10%. Dang. So, I wonder if the audio bug that we had on because there was that Windows did like this whole reset of audio. So yeah, I can lower my mic. Let me get to it. Thank you for the 3 watch streak, Suna. Oh, I have to make it this way. I also moved my mic around too, trying to get around having it too loud, but it's still too loud. How does that sound? I dropped it a couple decibels.
And Jindosh made these alternate lenses for Ashworth's device. Now I can use them to sabotage it.
Sleep darts. Raw whalebone. Let's go. A lot of raw whalebone. Good grade. That's good? Okay. Oh, look. Effigies of the Ocoral Sisters. It's been difficult to create effigies of the Ocular Sisters. They keep to themselves, rarely venturing. It is hard to know when you're live when you don't let me know. Oh, well. I'm sorry about that. I guess Twitch still isn't sending out notifications. Rarely venturing outside, impossible to get their hair and nail clippings I need. But I have an idea. The sisters are linked even beyond death, and I can use the bones of their dead dug from the Abbey graveyard to attune the Ocularium, the mind of living sisters. Good grief. Day 12. It is done. Aldolfini? Oh, Delphine. Oh no. Delphina. And several others brought back a wagon full of coffins. I'll start on new effigy zones. Day 19. 19th day. Still only faint voices, nothing near the connection required to give them a dream, so I must adjust the lenses. Redefine the effigies, sleep with their skulls beneath my blankets for a few nights more. Ooh. Perhaps interrogate the scarves they used to cover their eyes. Integrate, not interrogate, good lord. Delilah is anxious about my progress, and yet there's not much to tell. I was able to interrupt several Ocular sisters in conversation, leaving them momentarily at a loss for words. I'm confident that soon enough I'll be able to make them say whatever I wish. Then I'll have news from my Empress and Dunwall. At last, I held the sisters in a trance-like state for an hour. Delilah was ecstatic. Soon we'll control the Ocular Order. So you think. Astounding Clockwork Soldiers, Chapter 23. Precise history of the creator by the creator himself, Kieran Jindosh, Grand Zirconian inventor. Dear readers, you will be fascinated to know that earlier models of my Clockwork Soldiers had human-like faces. Allow me to explain. As you know from chapters 18 through 22, I had been testing the Clockwork Soldiers against a wide range of enemies. Early in this process, a problem emerged. That would be thieves and assailants were not intimidated by the delicate ceramic faces of the earlier prototypes. One criminal even believed he recognized an uncle and tempted conversation. Jeez, I feel bad for that guy. Undeterred, I set about redesigning the head mechanism, encasing it with a terrifying visage. I knew I had found the right design when my first test subjects fell to their knees in fear. Them with human faces would be terrifying. Alright. I'll take a sleep dart. Alright. I bet the ruin is like directly below me outside of this workshop. Oh, that is a charred corpse. These skulls. I want to go back in. I want to go back in. Can I go back in, please? There we go. Windows are so janky in this game. Operator. Let's see here. She's right there. Gonna make me blink up into this little hole. Yep. God, this... Please. Are you not gonna let me in there? Come on, there we go. I don't see any traps in here. Black bone charm. All these plants. Oh, it's gonna be... It's because of the plant here, isn't it? Has to be. Alright.
Now to activate it and sever Ashworth's connection to the void. All that's left to do is hit the switch, and Ashworth should be powerless.
Oh, teleported here? Uh-oh.
What will I do now? I'm ruined. That feeling. The things I could do. The touch of the void. Delilah. It was everything I had. I'm no threat to you now. To anyone. Leave me alone. You've ruined me.
Good.
Please, no.
Alright. So what do I need to do in her office yet? Her dogs disintegrate? And finish the letter to Delilah. When we can't talk, I write. There are things only you will understand. Daily, I feel my connection to the void growing, and through me, your power calls out to those who would join our coven. New faces and new voices. Our bond is stronger than it was at Brigmore. Yet, you feel so far away. If we were together, I could say more. It is as if I can see beyond the air into another place or time. You have parted a curtain I never knew was there. Oh, Delilah. The strange and beautiful whispers are carried on the breeze. I am forever grateful of being your instrument. Simp. Oh, it's tempting to talk to her. You know what? We're going to do it. But we're going to save before we do it in case things go tits up.
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Royal Protector. I see you there, back in the city that spawned you.
It's done. Brianna Ashworth is no longer a witch.
You villain! You don't even know what you've done. A great bloom wilts and fades from the world.
This is only the start. You've pissed all over everything, but you'll pay for it.
Oh, Brianna. I don't believe we will speak again. The thought of seeing you reduced to such a pale, sad thing. It's too much to bear. I hate you for this, Corvo Atano.
Wah, wah.
If you didn't have hate, Delilah, what would you have?
Sassy Corvo, pointing finger. Alright, well, it didn't alert anyone to what I was doing, so I guess we're good to go. Alright, now I can leave. We're done here, right? I do kind of want to... Oh, there's a painting. My fire burns with... Man, she was a simp. Look at all these posters. The music is very haunting. Broken whalebone sword. Wonder what that's for. I wonder if it's like an analog for whalebones. I think the witches are out of here too. I think they are. I don't see them. Well, the ones that I didn't knock out, it seemed. Oh, is that the weapon? Oh, dude. Okay, they are knocked out. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool detail. Ruin. Says there is a ruin nearby.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few
I do want to get that one. I don't think there's going to be any enemies down here. So you drink water. What about hard liquor? I am a fan of drinking things like meads, moonshines, whiskey. I'm honestly a big fan of whiskey. I usually don't drink much, though, so I drink like hard ciders or simpler things, because if I'm going to drink, I want to either enjoy the taste or I want to, you know, just have, like, I drink socially. That's a good way to put it. Not against drinking, it's just never really had a desire to get drunk. I actually do have a story about when I did get drunk one time. Admittedly, though, it was a pretty, what's the word I want to use for it? It was pretty dumb how I did. I didn't understand how proofing worked at the time, like proof of like what the levels of like alcohol were in something. So when I did go and have a drink, it was after working a 12-hour shift at General Motors. We had been doing this thing called critical status for a while now. And basically what that means is we're working 12 days straight, 12-day weekends, or 12 days straight working. There's blueprints here. I didn't want to unlock all the ruins. Son of a gun. I want to mark that one. So I had purchased some apple pie moonshine. So it was like apple pie flavored, and it had like some Angry Orchard hard ciders. And I was really enjoying myself. With them. I was having a great time. And so I had worked a 12-hour shift. I came home and worked, made some pasta, or made some macaroni up, was taking a shower, and was like, you know what? I don't got much of the moonshine left. I'll just finish it off real quick. So I finished it off, hopped it up. Ooh, there's a lot of things in here that are bad. Where that ruin is. So I had gone in and drank the moonshine. Didn't really think anything of it. It was like 90 proof or something like that, which is a lot. But I didn't understand that it was a lot. Until it was like well, I drank it all, and then I had an Angry Orchard, which Angry Orchards aren't strong. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'll have an Angry Orchard. I'll have, sorry, these flies are so loud. So I had the Angry Orchard. I had drank the, so I had already drinking the moonshine. I had the Angry Orchard. I then had another Angry Orchard, had dinner, and then had a third Angry Orchard. So I drank 3 bottles of Angry Orchard, and then had, drank that moonshine. And I didn't realize that that was going to get me drunk. So I had drank, essentially, a lot of booze that I didn't realize I had drinking a lot of because just timing. Ow. Freaking bugs. Archive key needed. The key to the archiver is in the quartermaster office. Where's the quartermaster office? That's where the ruin is. Oh, I can just do that too, I guess.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
Ashworth's journal?
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered.
Oh, well, yeah, I know that now, but yeah, so I got really, really drunk, and then I live streamed it. I played Halo 5. I was like, yeah, I'll just live stream, you know, no biggie.
Changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal.
Oh. Yeah, we read that one already.
She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
Yeah, so I live streamed. Didn't remember any of it. Like, I remember getting the notification set up, getting the stream started, and then that was it. That's all my memory was. And then the next day, my brother had texted me going, hey, I'm glad you streamed, but you should probably delete that VOD. And I go, well, that's odd. Why would I need to delete the VOD? So then I went back and watched it. And I was so vulgar and disrespectful in that live stream. I nuked it instantly and profusely apologized about it. Thankfully, I didn't have, like, watchers or anything like that, so it wasn't like anybody was, like, gonna get upset that I, like, was being offensive. But it was one of those things where it's like, for my own sake, I had to go back in and, like, get rid of the evidence of that, because it's the kind of stuff where it was like, this is also like 2016, so like this is before I had a lot of my like worldview challenged on certain things, and I had like the opportunity to like really learn more about like how certain things can affect people. I was much more conservative.
I remember how putting your hair up that way drove you mad, and how glad you were to take it down.
It was bad. I was very much one of those like rightoids back in the day, but I didn't really know any better because my worldview was never necessarily challenged in a way that was educational. Like, a lot of the way that my worldview was challenged growing up was more so like just like your stereotypical way, not like your what's the word I want to use? Like in a way that like the entrance is there. So we want to go, we need to get up there somehow. But yeah, so over time though, I did learn to be better about like how to be respectful and like how to, you know, truly understand how the world is versus just like a narrow-minded worldview of the world. So yeah, it was an educational time for me. But after everything was said and done, we had grown. So a lot of grapes here. Oh, more sleep darts. I guess this is where some of the witches were camping at. Megan Forrester. Okay, so we did that. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things where it's like important for as little as a platform as I have, and I know it's like the stereotypical cliche thing to say, but it's important to be open-minded in all aspects of the terminology being open-minded, because you want to make sure that if there's an opportunity to learn and to be a better person, you take it, and you take it to heart in a way that's not going to be offensive to, or, you know, offensive's not the right word, but like in a way where you get to be better than what you were before. So, you know, like I still, as terrible as it is to say, there are still some, I'm not purely liberal in the sense of it, because there are some things I still believe are net bad in that. But as much as I do feel that way about things that are net bad and, you know, being liberal, there are also things that are net bad at being purely conservative. The true way forward in a lot of things is like being more acceptable, or learning how to find common ground in dealing with things versus just like blindly adhering to something. And I know that's kind of like a big, especially nowadays in America, it's such a huge ordeal. You know, if you're really wanting to be, you know, more of a contributing member of society, because we're so split along party lines where there is no common ground to talk these things out or to, like, you know, learn to be better. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's a matter of just taking the time and effort to go through and actually read things and actually look up these things and figure out how to challenge your worldview to make you a better person in the end. You know, and to be acceptable of changes that wouldn't think or dream of possibly needing to change, because why would I have to change my worldview on these things? My worldview isn't, you know, whatever have you. But yeah, it's important to go through. Corvo, can you stand here, please? Thank you. Oh, it's going to make me have to go down and around, isn't it? It's fine. Yeah, no, so like there in all things in life, you have to be willing to change your mind, work with others, and sometimes that does put you in an uncomfortable position. But also times it's worth going through that stuff to better yourself, to be a better person in the regards of, like, you know, how can I be better? How can I learn? You know, so like I could go on about political viewpoints and things like that, but it's a matter of, like, you have to put forth the work to make an effort to change, to be better, versus not. What's this dude coming this way?
What? Where did those rats come from? I'll never get used to it.
Okay, so we can go. I guess we could try to sleep dart these two. Oh boy. This is going to get a little silly. Well, a little silly. We're going to do some jump blinking. Yeah, no, I think if you don't put forth effort to learn and to become better and just adhere to your party lines, you're as much part of the problem as the problems that are up in America right now. Like I'm not a fan of Trump. I will admit that to the day I die. Never been a fan of. I was a fan of him in 2016, but I didn't know any better during that time period, and I would have voted for him in 2016. But after seeing how everything went down with how he handled things, I was like, no, I do not want to have him as my president. I do agree that there are a lot more liberal things that I adhere to now, ideally, in the sense of, like, we should be more liberal with helping people. But I still also, to a fault, like the idea of a smaller government, because a smaller government means less power. But right now, the problem with having a smaller government is we got nothing that can really compete against the corporations and businesses that have been allowed to rise up due to having small government and not having a lot of government control. And among other things, I mean, if we really want to start splitting hairs about American geopolitics, yeah, like, I mean, there were people who were, like, sounding the warning signs, but everybody that was sounding the warning signs about it were, like, thinking it was more so because of just fear of having another Clinton in office versus, like, an actual true-blooded fear of what he could do. You know, like, I didn't like Clinton because my family didn't like Clinton growing up, you know? Like, I heard all the terrible stuff about Bill Clinton and everything else because of how my family was about these stuff. You know, so, like, growing up, it was natural to be like, yeah, I'm not going to vote Clinton because Bill was somebody my parents didn't like. Also, is that going to be a safe spot to teleport to?
One useless son.
But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, in all things, just be willing to change, be willing to learn, be willing to grow. And if you're wrong on something, it's okay to be wrong on something. Just be...
And I gave him one. I still got me one. But then if I eat it, no, if he eats it, then what?
So, but yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like how many people would have voted him or not voted for him because of how he was, you know. And that's the thing. Is like you gotta be willing to, like, bend and flex to what the world issues are and how to grow as a better as a person and all these things. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, of course, you know. But it's also one of those things too where it's like, I'm not adhering to a party because adhering to a party is just a bad idea. You know, you should vote with in situations that do matter to you more so than they don't, and vice versa. Anyways, we're going to talk to Shocky
Come
here.
in, my friend. Always a delight to see you. Welcome back. I see you found the prototype.
Your acquaintance didn't make it.
It is a risky line of work, I'm afraid, but let's not dwell. I expect you'll be interested in payment. First, your finder's fee, of course, and if you like, I can draw up some schematics based on the prototype, something you can use to modify your tools. And as a token of my appreciation, a discount at the shop.
The biggest argument I've seen about Harris being a bad
My friend. Always a delight
finds
to see you.
enemies.
Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry.
Oh, I purchased that already. Oh, I need to get the Howl Bolt. What's the blueprint I need? Very nice. Huh. Here we go. These are the pouches I want.
Excellent choice.
I forgot that this is where this all was.
You'll be satisfied with your purchase.
More bone charm slots, please. Spring razor. Okay, so we are still missing some of them. Holding blade. My original blade!
No need to wrap it for you.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, the financial plan, and then, like, a lot of people were just upset that it was like she wasn't chose so much as just like, this is who we're choosing. This is who you're going to back. The people weren't given a choice when they should have been given a choice, and that's the thing that drove a lot of people mad. It's because they felt like their voice was ignored.
It was a pleasure to serve you.
But yeah, that was, I think, a lot of people's issues with, like, that were blue wanting to vote is because they didn't already like Kamala Harris's approach. And the thing for me is I didn't like either of the presidential candidates, but, like, given the choices, if I could have been voting for, like, their VP picks, I think that would have been a better race overall versus going for the presidents, you know?
2 coins for that cat lad? Well, no more, thank you.
Houses don't make kings. Read further at your own peril, my friends, for the truth is a dangerous thing. Any inbred, highborn, or even the luckiest commoner can wind up living in a mighty tower with a fancy title before their name. Those we consider to be made of finer material are in fact just as rough cut as the rest of us, guided by irrational terror in the same. Did Jessamine Caldwin deserve our respect, or did she deserve the knife? Was the former Duke Thedios Abel a fine ruler, as some say? Well, good readers, that depends on your perspective. Are you the craftsman struggling to profit from your own fine cabinets, or are you a woodsman selling your lumber to for the highest price? Maybe you're against the local lawkeeper applying tax to the woodcutting of the sale of furniture. Truth is variable. Consider Emily Caldwin and her infamous father, the royal protector Corvo Octano. How did the empire fare beneath them, good or ill? And is now Delilah, a painter and some say an occult figure what will her time as empress bring you and me down on the streets? None of the snot living in the palace know anything about the Dust District. Even Lord Corvo Octano, despite being more here. Would he recognize the place now, and would we recognize him? I have a feeling they'd get mad if I stole from them, so I'm not going to. Yeah, we did it. We beat the mission.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Corvo, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that...
Is she about to tell us that she's Billy?
You live long enough, that happens.
Yeah. But what I did is worse than most. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit, which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now, but I felt like you should know. There are things I regret, Corvo.
And sadly, that is what helped him get him into power.
I wish it felt like that. Seems like yesterday. Are you ready to leave now?
Yeah, we're ready to leave.
Yes, let's go. Take me back to the dreadful whale.
But no, like, that was the thing, is like another reason why a lot of people wanted him in power was because of he was a businessman, you know? He was a businessman, which was what America needed. How do I always miss two blueprints? Yeah, that was the thing. Like, I wanted to vote for him because he was good. He was a businessman when America's economy was feeling like it was in the tank, at least from like what people were telling me. So I was like, yeah, we need a businessman.
Years ago, Delilah was laying her plans. The Duke's people gathered at the home of a mine baron named Aramis Stilton to commit some horror in her name. I need to know how they made her immortal. But where was I 3 years ago? Letting Emily daydream through council meetings.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And back alley fighting. I always expected an enemy we could put down with a sword. Soldiers, spies, assassins. Instead, we got something else. Beyond the pale. Beyond the natural world.
I don't know if Biden would have won
Someone like me.
regardless. I think people were just so tired of Biden already that we're on the right. Yeah, that's also a really good point too. There's just so much about this whole situation where you kind of just got to look at it more so in like a in an aspect of what the Democrats should have done versus what the like your Republicans did. If the like in my opinion, if they would have went with anyone else back in 2016, we would never have had an issue like what we did, because the mental understandings of people are limited to what they're sold, right? So like people were believing that America's economy was in shambles, so that's why we got Trump, because he was a businessman. People were aware of Trump's misdoings, and so that's why Biden won back in 2020. And then because of Biden's declining mental capabilities, you know, Trump won again. But now Trump's going to be older than Biden on his way out of office, and all the stuff that's going on now in America not only is painting a target on us from other sides of the political aisle, but also in the sense of like on the world stage, because he's not being cooperative with everyone. But anyways, if I'm going to keep talking about politics, I'm going to need to put up the politic tag. So we're just going to continue on. Brenna, Ashworth, and Delilah were infiltrating minds of the Sisters of the Ocular Order, influencing the visions they send to the High Overseer, and through him to all the Abbey faithful across the Empire, but I put a stop to that. I must admit, I'm impressed by Delilah's delusions of grandeur. Is she dreaming of being worshipped by the way some occults worship the outsider? I'm worried about what I'll find back in Dunwall. I hope Emily is alright. Anyway, Ashworth is no longer a witch. Her connection to the void magic is broken. Hopefully now Delilah's coven in Karnaca will be broken. I also learned that Ashworth organized some kind of seance for Delilah 3 years ago. I'm getting close to understanding Delilah's immortality. It happened in the manner of a mind baron named Aramis Stilton. I'll pay him a visit. Megan Foster. Megan Foster admitted that she knew Brenna Ashworth from years back. Ashworth, who's been a part of Delilah's coven of witches for a long time. I cannot quite put it all together, but there's something I noticed. Megan won't look me in the eye. I want to trust her. I'm grateful for her help, but do I really know anything about her? Can't sleep. My father died when I was young, and I hated him for it. Of all the things, a lumber accident. It seems such a foolish end. I could never forgive him. I hated him for leaving me without a father, as if the worst thing in the world. Now I know better. It's taken all this time to understand. It's so much worse to lose a child. Emily, I'm coming for you. No matter what, I will come for you. Okay. I'm playing a game called Little Witch in the Woods, and I like it mostly better in controller. However, I don't like that sprint is on right bumper. That is very dumb. That sprint's on right bumper. Alright. Seeing so we got an ad coming here. I'm gonna mess with some bone charms. Bone charms. Don't want to do. No ads. They suck. Really feel like I'm missing some. Wolfhounds cannot smell you? That's huge. Bottles inflict more damage. They have a smaller area of effect. Oh, I got another crafter road I could throw on here. Okay. I think we'll mess with this more. Can I do... I only carry 3 runes right now. Do I have the upgrade to make my own runes yet? I am 1 rune away. After 4 trade. Chance will be corrupted. We don't really need to do that yet, though. I'm going to go use the restroom. Sorry for doing that, like, right now, but I'll be right back, gamers. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Jump scare. Wow. All right. Let's see here. Oh. We need 1 more rune. A note from Megan. While you were resting, I had the old man drop me off so I could check out the Dust District. I'll meet you there and pass along whatever I learned. Come find me when you're with me. Alright, let's see here. It would be very nice to have a ruin. Oh, she left.
My mind is finally clearing. Now I can return to my work here, helping those who need it the most. What can I say about what you've done for me? Saved me from madness and, worse, from giving in to a life of sadistic brutality. How could I ever repay you for that? Given who you are and what you're in Karnaca to do, I can only say good luck. The city, the country, the empire, everyone is counting on you. I'll send something special for you, by way of courier.
Alright, seems I missed a couple chat messages here. I remember Little Witch in the Wood. I watched it when it first came out and loved it. Remember it? Have you played it? I watched it. Okay. Playthrough might be a strong word. Sorry, I had to catch my guys up on your chat. Do you recommend that as a game to play? Because I am always looking for games to stream, and if it's a game that you guys would like to see, I could play it. I just need to know what about it. Okay, so Megan's not back yet. We got rats down here. Stealing fig. Nothing? Alright, I'll look into getting it then at some point. We'll see. It's a chill game. It's akin to Stardew and such. Okay. Same time, quite different. It's like Stardew, but magic. Hey, note from Megan Sokolov. Anton. The tin of putty was meant for the purple seals. I see you smeared it all over the canvas. Is that your idea of art? And how will that keep the rain out? Do your painting or whatever it is, but you must use your own things. Leave my stuff alone. I'm trying to run a ship here. Also, your snoring is dreadful. Can you prop up your pillow? You're always bragging about some old thing you invented. Well, invent something for that. Why don't you? Megan. Chill game. Stardew, but potion magic. It's kind of, but it's not a farming sim. It's more of a life sim. Okay. I've never actually really played a life sim. I'll have to look into that. Fish. Food. Grapes. Alright, Anton.
Years ago, Megan is out in the city, but I'll explain.
Megan is out in the city, but I'll explain. Hold on. Oh, from Sokolov. Corvo, it's true I don't tinker with mechanical devices much anymore, but I'm not as old and useless just yet. Behold, I fashioned a contrivance for you, using only parts scavenged from this wretched vessel. Yes, alright, a few bits were currently in use, but I assure you that I'm involved keeping us afloat. Say nothing to Megan, and her disposition needs no further souring. In any case, may this device serve you well, Sokolov. Spring Razor, I'm not doing violence, Sokolov, but I appreciate it, buddy. Hold on. You gotta be like a helpful witch in a village. More I won't say. Okay, thank you for not saying much more than that. Years of time. I smile as I write this, for I know others will read it when I am gone to the void, or perhaps as I languish in a prison cell somewhere. Fine then, read away and laugh. It is in your nature, and my foolish and my inking joints. But does it please you to know that even walking is a chore? But I am too proud to use a cane. I can hear my bones protest with every step. Most unpleasant grinding noise that follows me wherever I go. Oh, he's walking around with no cane when his cartilage is gone in his knees? Ouch. Is it amusing to know that my eyes can barely see this page, or that my hand trembles as I hold the pen? And laugh, yes. The once great Sokolov is now a tired old bag of bones. My meals are brought to me. Soon someone will have to hold the spoon, at least lest I starve. I find it nearly impossible to paint and even more difficult to urinate, so laugh. But then pause in your glee and take a moment to realize this. The same fate awaits you, my friend, should you be smart enough and lucky enough to live as long as I have. Anton is such a fascinating character in the series. Alright, Anton, what you got for me, buddy? He's not a good man by any stretch of the imagination.
I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker, kept secure by a fancy lock. made by Jindosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first, through a ruin created by the Duke, where I used to live.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Howlo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
So that gives me at least one way into Aramis Stilton's house.
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Ooh.
Coming back here, seeing it changed, run into the ground. Some people have reached beyond others. The old Batista neighborhoods, full of mining families.
So that's where we're going next.
District now. If I put people to work down in a mine, I'd want to live in a fortified bunker too.
Okay. So we got Vice Overseer Brian and we got Paulo.
Vice Overseer Byrne.
I don't want to side with the Overseers.
Interaction with the Abbey. I knew plenty of people like Paolo growing up. Maybe not as crafty.
Okay. I mean, I could always just, like...
No more witches in Karnaca.
See, the thing is, like, we really helped out the Overseers, so I think we might want to stick with them. I know they're, like, technically my enemy, but... Why is there a pistol and a couple bullets here? You guys want to talk about it? I think we're gonna do... Oh, but do we have to kill Paulo? Because... Well, if we bring him to the... let's see what this mission has before we make a decision, but I am inclined to want to side with... Because... I don't know, man. It's tricky. Let's put it that way. Also, do we have any ruins out here? Any ruin havers? No? Okay.
Ready now?
Let's go.
I'll get you as close as I can.
I'll call for guys to feel threatened or want aggressive behavior. Savage players, I'll 100% watch again. Okay, sounds like I'll be looking into getting that game. I'll gladly do that. I do, like, as much as this is me sharing my hobbies with you guys, I also do want it to be something where you guys can, like, recommend a game for me to play. So if you guys are both wanting me to try that game out, I will definitely give that a shot. Like, I've been even wanting to see about Fields of Mystria, to be honest with you.
I didn't know Aramis Stilton. Who was he?
Loyal to the old Duke. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Worked his way up from nothing to a fortified mansion. But the new Duke spends money so fast, the mine crews work all day and all night. The district's in ruins. The dust drives out anyone except the most desperate.
The Duke of Serkonos has made a mess of things. His father was a good man.
True, but the new Duke's misery has only been possible with Dunwall's support. In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District. Maybe Stilton's still in there, or maybe he's dead.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's not a game type that I've played really, but I mean, a lot of the games that I show you are just games that I've played growing up, or series I've had interested in. Like, I would never have done Undertale if it wasn't for you guys.
Skip and take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish.
Alright. And Stilton's brokerage sealed by a Jindash lock, a contraption that Anton Sokolov implied was nearly impossible to solve. So many things. Now, let's see here. First things first, we want to get to the black market. Although we don't really have any money, do we? No, we don't have any money. I just blew it all at the last one. I need to do my Undertale Genocide run yet, too, honestly. I've been hesitant to do it. Not because of, like, fear or anything, but more so just, like, I haven't wanted to go back yet. Because I don't want to, like, kill everything. Section 21. Never finished it 2 years ago. Check wind speed. Windmill can only be turned with sufficiency. Danger. High wind may overcharge security systems. See appendix wall of light. Ensure gears are free of debris. Oil mechanism in accordance with the schedule. See section 30. Remove a nesting animal or vermin such as birds, rats, or blood flies during emergency disengage windmill using lever located on the maintenance platform. When a windmill is disengaged, check the wooden blades for cracking or loose supports. Wax wooden blades in accordance with schedule. See section 30. Periodically, gears, blades, and other parts must be repaired or replaced as specified in section 10. Hey, we got a little thing about the windmills. So we're in the Dust District. Also in more unplayed territory. Batista Overlook. Dang. Is that dust on the roof out there? Dang. To Megan Foster. Oh, so we're just right into it then.
Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers use. Get stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds. One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer grenade, and that was it. He was one of the Duke's distant cousins or something.
What was I talking about? Oh. Yeah, I've been, like, it's also, the sad thing is, too, is, like, with Delta Ruin, it's not hooked me as much as Undertale has, and I think that's part of the reason why I haven't gone back to play it as much as I've wanted to. But, like, I would never have touched Undertale if it wasn't for you guys.
Tired of cleaning silver dust out of my ears.
That's a guard. Of course, there's a guard right here.
Grand Palace. That's an assignment. All apples and slippers.
Is there 2 guards up here? Of course, there's 2 guards up here.
These damn windmills in my sleep.
But under many times I keep coming back to it. Joey Fox, you know, he is really good at what he does. I don't want to discredit him.
Storm coming.
Is that the windmill? Good lord, that's loud. Oh no, it's just a wind. I almost kind of want to wait for another windstorm before I hit it. Oh, there's blueprints right there. Okay, these 2 need to go to sleep. Walk away. I wanted blink. F me. Please be just far enough away. Can I not grab him? You kidding me?
I hope they accept my transfer.
Alright, so we gotta put him to sleep with the... We'll have to put him to sleep with the bow when other bro ain't looking.
Damn. I need to...
Unless we can, like, deal with the other guy.
From Morley, our love ended poorly. Then I met a lady from
But you're right here. Oh, there were so many fan theories. Conductive filaments. Sounds interesting. Read the note here. Mine collapse. Numerous casualties. A representative from the miners' family committee reports that another silver mine has partially collapsed, leaving 8 miners injured, killing 12. The committee maintains that the Duke's unrealistic production goals were the true culprit, citing the ever-long shifts that have been in practice since mine owner Aramis Stilton disappeared. Mines are now managed directly by the Grand Palace until such a time as Stilton returns or until a new director can be found. However, the Grand Palace's official statement blamed the collapse on human error rather and threatened to arrest anyone found guilty of demoralizing the people of Karnaca. We, the Karnaca Gazette, certainly support the effort to maintain Serkonos unity. Our thoughts go out to the families of those injured or killed. Damn. And lay down. Oh, nice thing is now we can just go and pull. Alright, all light is down. Let's see here, can we grab... That's something I can grab, okay. We're that much closer to getting into this area. What?
So, let's see. What was it?
Excuse me?
It was coming from here. Let's see. I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place just in case.
Settle down, stomach. Dinner will be... Someone shut off the wall of light.
And yes, the wall of light is shut off. Can we move on from this, please? Bone charming, but yeah, I cannot recommend A Little Witch in the Woods enough, though I am biased and plays in my love for witches. Hey, nothing wrong with liking witches.
There once was a man from old Lampro. His cockle.
Oh, we could have just snuck around. Okay.
He tugged on it nightly, and then, ever so slightly, grew to be large as a narwhal.
Dude singing about how a dude tugging on his wee-wee made his pee-pee bigger. Want to check and see if there's anything in here. Just bullets? Are you serious? Used to have a blank. Need to go this way. I do want to see where that heart is, or ruin. Right there. Right there. Okay, sick. Hopefully it's an easy get to. Well, I got a feeling. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, game. Game. Thank you. Okay, so she's in here.
Hello, Lord Protector.
Let's talk. It's supposed to be biased in games you enjoy, though it's a person who's It's true.
Talking to people. The overseers and the howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead.
Make sure you hydrate, people.
Where no one will harass you. But further on, the howlers and the overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you'd worked out a plan.
Yes, I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them and bring him to the other.
Got anything else?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
So if we're going to take on Paulo, we need to deal with him twice. Whereas Overseer Brian, we could probably knock him out and then just drop him off. Oh, whalebone. Sad news. Agatha, you can probably guess the reason of my letter. He died last night. It seemed a little better and then took some breath. A little owl even got him laughing a bit, but the laughing turned to coughs. It lasted for an hour and then it stopped real sudden, like he didn't have any strength to cough no more. Aw. Then he sort of spit up some black and more came out of his nose. Tried to get him to cough it all out. I turned him on his side and slapped his back and put boiled onions on his chest, but they were no use. He died like that, eyes bulging out and that black stuff everywhere. I'm taking the children moving to Ridmore. We ain't never should have come here in the first place. That was sad news. What the fuck? I mean, I get it, but still, like, what the fuck, dude? Alright, we can't go back. Try to get to that. Surely I can't just, like, drop down, right? Oh, I bet it's, like, something I can, like, go out and around this way. Too. Skirt? Oh, carry glass. Crone's hand. Sir Crone's finest GM and lower with a hand of Crone, meaning place. And purveyors of strong food and drink. Come on, come all, nothing else compares. Home of the 5-coin dice game, strong arm competitions held nightly. Betting encourage young gentlemen and ladies welcome, no age requirements. The first of the month is always ale night. Purchase 3 ales and get the fourth for half. Easily found on Myanmar Street in the Dust District, formerly the Batista District. I wonder. Pickaxe inspect.
They pushed the miners here too far. I should do something to help them.
Agreed. He's back! Be not afraid. It is I, Jared. I don't have anything witty or fun to say. I just thought it'd be a fun redeem to have, but no. Biblically accurate Jared is not real. Biblically accurate Jared cannot hurt you. Alright. Well, it seems like we're getting close to 7 o'clock. I do want to see all these different things canceled.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
Chasing the Fenrir High.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see here.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
Open. Dust riddle. Okay, I got an idea. So, Finch's bird. So, Conte Finch. Heirlooms. Jindosh Riddle. So this must be like...
If you're trying to get into Stilton's, give up. Probably nothing left to steal anyway.
Read. Potions. Guest editor, we don't need the Abbey. Take heed, friends. The Abbey seeks control our city and our lives. The overseers are building chapels and outposts, taking advantage of the despair in the crumbling corners of Serkonos, like our own infamous Dust District. You may have seen the sly propaganda and learned from my rival, Sebastian Armitage, but consider with care. The Abbey will invade your homes, looking for evidence of witchcraft or wrongdoing. And to them, all manner of possessions are suspicious. They imprison and torture the innocent with the intent of extracting confessions. They frown on dancing, drinking, and gatherings. Are you prepared to abandon the Gleaner's feast? Are you ready to submit completely as they demand? The Dust District can only be saved by the very people who have lived here all their lives, like me, like you, like Poyo and his howlers, trying to make things better for us small people, traveling our streets, collecting and distributing resources to the ones in need. If more of us had Polio's courage, maybe the Dust District could be called the Batista again. Mavis Anto. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can outsmart Jindosh. Read. At a dinner party where Lady Winslow, Dr. Marcola, Countess Conten, Madame Nistru, and the Baroness Finch. The women sat in a row. They were all different colors, and Dr. Marcola wore a jaunty red hat. Baroness Finch was at the far left, next to a guest wearing a white jacket. The lady in purple sat left of someone in blue. I remember that purple outfit because the woman spilled her wine all over it. The traveler from Dunwall was dressed entirely in green, when one of the dinner guests bragged about her war medal, the woman next to her said that they were finer in Dunwall, where she lived. So Countess Contain showed off a prized ring, at which the lady from Debovuk, however you say that, saying it was no match for her bird pendant. Someone else carried a valuable diamond. And when she saw it, the visitor from Karnaka next to her almost spilled her neighbor's beer. Madame Nostra raised her whiskey and toast. The lady from Fairport, full of rum, jumped onto the table, falling onto the guests in the center seat. Spilling the poor woman's absinthe. Lady Winslow captivated them all, a story telling of her wild use in Belton. In the morning, there were 4 heirlooms on the table. The war medal, snuffed tin, the bird pendant, and the diamond. But who owned each? Okay, so the doctor... Mission clues. Mission items. Overseas heart. Sealed by... Impossible to solve. Jindosh Riddle. At the dinner party, they do suck. I really do hate ads. So we got the riddle here, and the order is in. So at the dinner party there were Lady Winslow, Doctor. All right, so the doctor has to have the powder. Right, that looks like power to me, so that has to have that. Finch. I have Finch on here twice. Okay. I'm assuming it'll go automatically once I have it solved. So, we have to figure out who had what as the first thing. So let's figure out who had what. I feel like this is the way you do it without having to kill anybody. So, let's see here. Oh, do I have the upgrade now? I can do the runes. I can make runes! Yes! Alright, cool. Bone charms. So it takes 9 to make a single ruin? Good grief, dude. Alright, well, yes. Well, I mean, I could sacrifice bone shards, gain raw whalebone. Do that. Gutter feast. Ooh, skill. Binos. What do I have on? Bitter blood, blast resistant. Target very close to nothing. They do, but yeah, it is very, very low. Realistically, if you wish to, like, if you're making money off Twitch, you're doing it more so off of, like, gifted subs, donos, things like that, or through bits. The ad revenue is kind of like a passive income sort of deal. We got 9. Trades available 43. Ding. But yeah, it's like it's pennies in comparison. Like, I can be transparent and tell you guys, I don't think there's anything against saying what you have and what you don't have. But a lot of the revenue comes from. Wait, can I do? Hold on. We'll mess with this next time. All right. So what we need to do though is we need to. We're gonna go a little bit longer. I do want to figure out. So I'm gonna get I gotta get a notepad. I gotta get something to write this down on. No cap box. Notepad. All right, let's see here. New tab. So we got Lady Winslow, Doctor Marla, Countess Conte, Madame Theo Bear Finch. Okay. So with those, we have Doctor wore a red jaunty hat. Red jaunty hat. Far left. Sorry, I'm writing this down because I do kind of want to like actually try to solve this. I don't know if I'll solve it tonight, but we're gonna try doing it. Winslow. What did you have, Winslow? Far left. Next to, I guess, wearing a. Next to. Let's put that down too. Next to. Guest in white. Lady in purple set to left to somebody blue. Purple. Left to blue. Gunwall guest in green. When one of the discs bragged about warm metal. Warm metal. Next to Gunwall. So fun actually having to like write down notes. Woman sat in a row, they wore different colors. Red jaunty hat, far left. Someone wearing a white jacket. Lady in purple sat left to someone in blue. I remember that purple outfit because a woman spilled wine over. Ooh. Purple spilled wine. Bragged about war medal. So the lady from Dunwall does not have a war medal. Dunwall lady has no medal. Conti has ring. Go has. Actually, write that down. Lady. Devokinvian lady has bird pendant. Bird. B. Winslow Bailton. Bailton. Okay. Lady Winslow lived in Bailton. Red Giant Countess Coteen as ring. Purple wine. Karnaka. Here. Had I spell that? Frey. Port. Rum. Lady. Rum. So there's beer. Travel Drumwall Green. Where's the thing about wine? Okay, so Bailton grew up, lived in Bailton. So she's not from Dunwall. So out of all the people, the poor was at center lady has synth. I also got to know like what the most expensive drinks are. I mean, absinthe is the most expensive drink. So who out of all these would be the most expensive? I would say Countess Conti, because counts are probably the most richest. Where's a Baroness? Well, the doctor. So there's somebody that served in the military that has a medal, and that person is green. The one that didn't get bragged about her medal. The woman next to her said they were firing Dunwall where she lived. Green does not have one. It's a Dunwall lady. Dunwall lady has no medal. Yep. Green. Okay. Let's see here. One each. So Conti had the ring. That's the doctor. So I would assume that Winslow had the bird pendant. Not so had the ring. No, Conte had the ring. The process of elimination it. The problem is the order. So I want to say Conte is in center. Red jaunty hat would not wear something in purple, blue. So Ernest Fitch was far left. She had... We were thinking she had the bird pendant, but I'm actually going to go with that. So then you are not here. So Dr. Jaunty hat. There's 5 names. Yes. So there should be 5 items. So Winslow. Yeah, well, I know that's not the answer, but at the dinner party, Lady Milton. Were Baronesses war? I don't think they were. Why would she have the bird pendant? Alright, so it's basically a 5 combination by 5 combination by 2. So there are stupid amount of things here, but I think we'll come back to this next episode. So for now, I'm going to end it there. I want to thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We're going to save game real quick before we get too far ahead of ourselves. No, I have an idea of what the puzzle is, and we'll try it a couple more times. But I'm assuming that how this puzzle is designed to work is that it's very dependent on the order of figuring out who was... Well, obviously the solution relies on... A second, I want to try something here.
You want me to point the way, help you onto a path. No. Let us be lost here together for a moment.
So I'm assuming that that is meant to be medicine, right? Because none of the doctor didn't have... Oh, still... So the doctor wore jaunty red hat, and she had no heirloom that was lost, right? So snuff tin. Oh. That's a snuff tin. That's what that's supposed to be. So now... The morning 4 heirlooms left under the table. The war medal, snuff tin, bird pendant, and the diamond. The ring was not left under the table. So Conte had the ring, and they have to be in the order that they're supposed to be in. So Finch is far left? So you guessing white. So Finch has to be this one. And we think they had the metal. Winslow should have the snuff tin. Conte didn't lose her ring. Alright, so I'm wondering... I just said, like, yeah, I'm going to go, like, end stream, but I kind of want to give this a try real quick. So I'm thinking that Fitch has to be here, which means that it's either the doctor here with the bird pendant. The doctor wouldn't have that much money in comparison to everyone else. So then Winslow would have to be here with a snuff tin. And then... Or... Oh no, the diamond. Okay, no diamond then. Okay. It's also assuming that I think this is the order that the people have to be in. It's a matter of figuring out who had what now. So let's say Finch had that. You had the war. Okay, no. It could also just be that one of these three is still wrong. See, like, I know the center. The center is done. Because the drinks don't necessarily matter. I think the drinks are just to, like, signify who has what. So what did Natsue have? Natsue had whiskey, so she shouldn't have the diamond then. Maybe she has the snuff tin. And Winslow has the diamond. I'm assuming it will... Let's see here. Fitch. I don't think Fitch has... Unless... No way!
Got it. Now to find Eric.
Are you kidding me? Yes! Holy crap! Are you kidding me? No shot! Dude, are you... What? Like, that's not... I hand on heart, swear to God, I did not cheat. I was like, okay, well, I know I have two things I can anchor off of, and then just go through process of elimination through the note. To sit there and be like, okay, so we got... So, like, obviously the lady from Dunwall has no metal, but what would be Dunwall? So, given the names, like, Winslow sounds the most like Dunwall, but that would be... She would have to be close to the person with a medal. So, and then it's like, well, who else would have a medal? Because the person with the medal would make sense to have whiskey. Yeah, I use Bing. Yeah, let me... I can show the notepad, dog. I ain't Lucari. I ain't got no terrible links in there. I do have some things that are like, please read me's, but like... I can't believe I did that. All right. I'm floored. Holy, that is insane. Are you kidding me? I don't want to stay in the dust district though, so I can get the loot here. You actually use the post office to mail it. Nah, I ain't that crazy. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I can't believe we did that. That is insane. That is insane. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Brother, we're actually goated. I was like, yeah, I'll give this puzzle a real quick shot, and then we'll see if we can go. Oh, man. Oh. Well, alrighty then. We got the door unlocked. We did that without causing any... So funny to me. We're literally the best there ever was. Respect.
The gangs were at each other's throats even when I was young, but now it's against the Abbey.
It would be. Let's save game. I do want to get the art here. So there's one right there. It's not that far away. I do wonder if that's like where the Outsider Shrine is. What's right there? Get some ruins, baby. Alright, let's go a little bit further here. They got the window closed. Of course they do. The bloodfly nest there. That obviously leads back down to the main floor, so we're not going to go that way. Is there anything back here? No. Alright. Let's go ahead. Yeet. That was not a flammable... That was not a flammable liquid. Like I had thought and hoped. Is there one out here, then? Empty bottle, of course. Oh, I don't necessarily want to catch that on fire, but, like, we might have to. I'm hoping that bottle was... This window's open, at least. We got another one here that's not flammable. Crossbow bolts. Nothing else in here. I mean, some bolts is always good, but like, dog. I went up here for crossbow bolts, man. Ultimately, that's what I did. And there's no... There's nothing of use here. Unless I can, like, hop on that side piping. Nope. I don't want to lose a sleep dart like that. Yeah, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it there. It's been long enough, so we're gonna go ahead and in stream. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So I want to thank you guys oh so very much for tuning in. This has been more Dishonored. Having a blast with it. Let's do. I'm gonna try to raid again. Had fun doing that last time, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. Let me go to my tab. Nice Twitch on it. Stream manager. Let's see, who do we want to raid? Raid channel. No problem. No problem at all. Oh, she's playing Phasmophobia tonight. Ooh. Let's do. Cannot do a. I'm just writing out my raid message here real quick. Don't mind me. Go ahead and do this. Raid. I just sent it too early. Raining. All right. She's dealing with you, okay? It'd be a terrible way for you guys to start spooking. Yep. We're going to call it, though, but guys, have a good one, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Actually, let me put this in there about.